This is KSL Sunday Edition with Deanie Wimmer.
Good morning, everybody. We are excited to be here for the unveiling of the Centennial Time Capsule.
This week on Sunday Edition, Brigham Young University is celebrating its 150th birthday. The time capsule they opened all the way from 1975. Plus,
well, Sandy is just absolutely stacking up the wins, especially when it comes to sports entertainment.
Sandy is turning into Utah's sports hotspot. The impact the sports scene is having on the community. But first,
actually not in my wildest, most optimistic imagination did I think that we would have the success that we've had with the app.
The Safe UT app is having tremendous success. The impacts the app has had after running now for 10 years. Good morning. One of the state's most successful tools for protecting our children is celebrating its 10th anniversary. The Safe UT app has now been operating for a decade. It is the site on our phones where we can get help in a mental health crisis or report a school threat. And the Safe UT Commission chair says more than 1,000 people are alive today because of Safe UT. That's remarkable. Now, look at some of the stats from just this year. In 2025, there were 342 emergency interventions, meaning imminent threat, 900 tips about potential school threats, and 1.9 million Utahns now have access and use the Safe UT app. I sat down with the lawmaker who helped start the app and those who now administer it to learn about its impact. 10 years ago, would you have imagined you'd be making this kind of impact in Utah?
It is so surprising to see the impact that we've had over the past 10 years. It started out as an idea and really a need to address the concern of suicide in our state for youth.
Actually not in my wildest, most optimistic imagination did I think that we would have the success that we've had with the app. We've seen great reductions in youth suicide. And over that 10-year period since we rolled this out, and then just as almost an experiment, we added the crisis chat intervention and connected them with the people at the University of Utah, the Huntsman Mental Health Institute. That took off like wildfire. We had nearly 900 credible threats to schools, whether that's a campus or a K-12 school, where somebody was planning to do harm. Those are followed up on in a very expeditious manner. They'll wake the principal up on their cell phone if they need to. They'll get law enforcement involved. But we also have almost one a day life-saving intervention where someone's at acute risk of hurting themselves or others. And there's a very specific protocol of how they address those to try to effectively rescue and save those individuals.
One a day. You can look at that both ways. That's so concerning. And yet, without this app, imagine.
It is very troubling to know the level of distress that exists among some of our youth.
New this year on the Safe UT app, new features for parents so that the school could communicate directly to you in the case of an emergency. And if you need help with your child, there are resources here.
A lot of parents don't know it's available for them also. They can chat with a licensed clinical social worker 24/7 about issues they're dealing with their children. No appointment necessary, no billing.
We've had parents text in and say, I need help with my student, or I need help with something that's going on, or they might have a mental health crisis themselves. We're there for them.
We've basically had almost every school implement it. It's been voluntary, but they've seen the value in it. And so if a parent was going to have only one app on their phone, not that they're limited, but if they just had one, I would have it be Safe UT.
The app has proven so successful, they've expanded it to other high-need populations like frontline workers in law enforcement, fire, healthcare, and the National Guard.
We know that members of our military deal with lots of trauma, so do our first responders in terms of firefighters, paramedics, and police officers, and it drives a lot of mental health issues. And in those professions, a lot of times they're reticent to talk to somebody in the chain of command for fear of how it may impact their employment. Safe UT Frontline and Safe UT NG for the National Guard is completely outside their chain of command, operated completely separately by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute.
Suicide is the most commonly reported tip, and it is the leading cause of death among young people. But suicide numbers in Utah are down 20% in the last 5 years.
The good news is that we're continuing to get expanding throughout the state, and we're continuing to see people using the service that said, I had no idea about this service. I'm so glad I used it. It saved my life. It saved somebody's life that I know. And then they share it with somebody else.
when my own child tells me, hey, I used Safe UT and had a good experience, that to me is worth more than any sort of an award or public recognition.
Such a great tool to have right on your phone. If you or your kids haven't downloaded the Safe UT app, make sure to do it today. It's free and can be found on your phone's app store. Keeping students safe is also the focus on college campuses all across our state.
Any lessons that we can learn to help make sure our campuses are as safe as possible.
Earlier this month, the Utah Board of Higher Education launched a campus safety task force for public universities and colleges. It was established in the weeks following the deadly shooting of Charlie Kirk on the campus of Utah Valley University. The task force will recommend new policies to make schools safer after completing an evaluation of their current practices.
And it's really hard to go and learn and to engage in those activities if you don't feel safe, and that's one of our highest priorities.
The task force will include law enforcement, administrators, security professionals, and student representatives. It was a historic day for children's health in Utah. Intermountain Health celebrated the close of its 5-year Primary Promise campaign. It was designed to strengthen services and bring care closer to home for families all across Utah. The campaign helped build Utah's second primary children's hospital in Lehigh and expand behavioral and fetal care programs, also much more. Organizers set an ambitious goal of $600 million, but the community went above and beyond that, and they raised a record $642 million. It's being called the largest philanthropic effort in Intermountain Health's 50-year history. Utah State University is working toward becoming the premier spot to train future airline pilots. Their program recently took on some major upgrades. It's helping students learn how to fly Boeing 737s. News specialist Mike Anderson shows us how.
Yeah, let's go flaps 5, 160, please.
To reach for your dreams.
There's no other feeling in the world. The views are amazing.
Especially when your aim is to fly.
Positive rate gear up.
Can be something special.
San Diego Tower, Delta 1900.
Even if you can't quite see what's right in front of you.
It's fun, exhilarating. Seeing the city just kind of pop up out of nowhere after you haven't seen anything for the last 10 minutes is kind of a fun thing to do. And
students at Utah State University are now getting commercial airliner training in a way that wasn't possible here before. Some like Sydney Steed, who discovered flying and aviation at USU.
I just absolutely fell in love with it. The adrenaline, it's so fun. There's always something new to learn. Good to go. Just looking for that runway.
But helping navigate that path forward.
Yeah, you've got the right idea.
Are recent graduates volunteering their time as instructors, which will help give them some extra edge when it comes to getting a job.
There's nothing more exciting than coming in here at 5 in the morning, turning that thing on, and taking off out of Salt Lake, as if you're actually doing it in real life.
At the center of their training is a new state-of-the-art simulator that looks like the cockpit of a Boeing 737 inside. 4K wraparound screens to help make it seem even more real. They gave me a chance to see how it feels.
We're moving. Yeah, right down the center of the runway. Oh boy.
With heavy guidance from Captain Perry Pee Wee Winder.
Well, there we go, nice and easy.
USU's jet training lead instructor, we make a steady takeoff.
You're making this look easy. Oh yeah, I've done it once. I had the privilege of flying at Delta for 27 years, so I see this just about every day when I flew, either in and out of Salt Lake.
With another simulator just outside, a station to train use of navigation instruments, and an air traffic control simulator in a neighboring building, Winder believes USU is on track to provide a high level of preparation for our next generation of airline pilots that you can't find anywhere else.
I think we've taken it to a level that might be unprecedented, but we think it has real meaning and value to their undergraduate degree.
Because with the right kind of guidance...
And this is our office every day. Can you believe this?
You can reach great heights.
So we're 11,000 feet above the ocean and approximately 6,000 feet above the ground. Big Cottonwood, Little Cottonwood Canyon. Very realistic visual.
All with the goal of helping our future pilots have better training with stronger safety in mind.
At the end of the day, we don't know who's in the back necessarily, but we know it's a family and they have important people to them. We want to get them from point A to B safely as possible.
So they can enter the workforce with a firm tailwind, and ideally so we can all make a soft landing.
That's how we do it. All right.
At Utah State University, Mike Anderson, KSL 5 News.
What a great opportunity for students. Mike, thank you. Still ahead on Sunday Edition, the Smith Entertainment Group hosted a media event. What they announced about the Utah Jazz, plus how the Jazz, Mammoth, Royals, and Real Salt Lake are creating a sports hub in Sandy. How that is impacting the community.